Hey there, my name's Morgan Moeller. I'm a student at Grand Canyon University. I wanted to talk about how hard it is for families to find care for their special needs children. There are long wait times, confusing paperwork, and a lack of coordination between agencies that makes it hard for kids to get the care that they need in the early years. I think it's important that we streamline this process to make sure there's more funding for early intervention programs so that kids can get the help they need as soon as possible. Parents, early childhood educators, special education professionals, and the children, most importantly, are struggling because of the resources that are not provided. The American Center for Progress shows that kids with disabilities are in a current care crisis, and many families are struggling to align schedules and ensure that their kids get equal care as those with typical development. Early intervention can make a huge difference in this, and yet there are long wait times that inhibit them from being able to be seen in a reasonable time. It's our job to adapt our classrooms so that these kids can thrive, and yet the classroom sizes, due to inadequate numbers of educators and funding, make this extremely difficult to do. New funding can make the change that we need. These practices are not aligning with what is needed. There's a huge burden on families to navigate different agencies, which makes it hard for them to get the help they need when they need it. So what can we do? To simplify the process, we can create a one-stop shop, such as an online platform that allows parents to get connected, funded, and scheduled with the providers that can help them out. There can also be funds allocated just for new professionals in place so that teachers can get the aids that they need and kids can be acclimated to one another. This can support kids and their families. It will optimize learning opportunities by providing early intervention and tailored support to address developmental delays, helping children build foundational skills for future success. The inclusive learning environment allows kids with their diverse abilities to learn together and encourage empathy between students. Kids thrive when they have the chance to interact with another, and we need to make sure that we are presenting the opportunities to them. The early childhood development profession will be pushed forward by allowing educators to create inclusive teaching methods and improving their skills in supporting all types of learners, encouraging them to adhere to the moral code of ethics and ensure the overall quality of education for everyone. There are already many organizations in place to advocate for this process. The Division for Early Childhood, the Council for Exceptional Children, and Center of American Progress are just a few. As Christians, we are called to help those who are vulnerable, especially children with special needs. And as members of the university, we're called to adhere to the professional disposition of learners. We are asked to set high expectations for each student and give them each the same opportunities, whether they are developing typically or atypically. We are asked to create a fair environment for each individual and to be their advocates. With things set in place, we are not fully adhering to these guidelines. In conclusion, the current system is not working for families to get the services they need for their children. We need to simplify the process, allocate more resources, and make sure services are easier to access. This will benefit children, families, and the entire childhood profession. Together, we can create a more inclusive world where every child has the opportunity to succeed. Thank you for listening and helping me advocate for these changes.